Hey everyone, and welcome to week number 13 of This Week in Hearthstone. A very lucky week, of course. We're getting close to the new expansion coming out. That should be happening just over a week from now. But there was some major update in Hearthstone this week, and there's a lot of implications for it. And we've talked a lot about this kind of stuff. Duels and Battlegrounds both saw a lot of changes. And I thought we'd go over basically a review of everything that's going on in Duels and Battlegrounds, what the changes were to an extent. We'll give a quick summary. But overall, are the modes better? Are they more enjoyable? Should you be playing them? All that kind of stuff. If you want to hear my opinion on how everything's going, this is the video to check it out. We'll also have our meta update later, and also I'm going to have a channel update. The next week of scheduled programming is going to be a lot different with the new expansion coming around, but there's a lot to get excited for, so make sure to stay to the end of the video to learn about all the cool stuff coming to the channel later on the video. But anyways, let's take a look. Let's review both of the Duels and Battlegrounds updates. So we're going to take a look first at Battlegrounds. There was a ton of changes. A bunch of heroes had hero powers like altered, like Ysera, Curator, Wag Toggle, all that kind of stuff. We also saw Elementals get nerfed with Little Rag losing some stats, Genie going back to tier 6, and then we also saw that Elementals are no longer in every single game. There's 2 banned tribes, and now Elementals can be in that, and what has that all meant? How is Battleground shaping up? Is it better than it was, or Elementals still broken? Is there a broken hero? Well, yes and no. No to Elementals aren't really the absolute most broken tribe in the game. I actually don't think there is a most broken tribe, at least not yet. Elemental High Rolls is probably still the best in the game, but you can win with other stuff. Myself personally, I've won Menagerie, I've won with Pirates, I've gotten a second with Demons, I've won with Elementals, and I've won with the Murlocs so far, and I can't play that much. I stream ladder and duels pretty regularly, but I'm around 8k MMR, and I'm having a lot of success, and it's fun to play Menagerie again. Menagerie is pretty good right now, because Light Fang is back to where it used to be, +2/+2, as well as Wagtaggle is really good, and yes, that's the yes part of my answer. There is a broken hero. Wagtaggle is absolutely ridiculous. It has like one of the highest win rates ever. It's Ragnaros territory, it's like Tyrion territory. You're basically guaranteed top 4, and what the hero power is 1 mana, give a minion of each type +2/+1, so it's basically unbuffed or whatever the prior Light Fang for free for 1 mana. So you just find 4 or 5 tribes and you just hit the button every turn, and you're basically gonna get like top 4, and if you find like Bran or like another Light Fang, then you're just gonna win. It's incredible. So yeah, the hero disparity on that part's bad, but there's a lot of good heroes. There's a lot of stuff you can win with, and Medivh's fallen down in win rate. Like, Elise got buffed. She's really good now. And there's like some other heroes that have popped up. I think the meta's a lot better for Battlegrounds in terms of heroes. Like, yeah, Wagtoggle's stupid, but I don't feel like it's at the level of like Ragnaros or Tyrion, even though the win rate's really high. But yeah, the game itself, Battlegrounds, feels really good. To be able to play a lot of different tribes, to have a chance to win with a lot of different tribes, that lets you do a lot of different stuff. That's all I want with Battlegrounds. It's fun to do different comps, try and high roll different ways. You know, it still comes down a lot, you know, do you get the right hero, do you get the right stuff? But that's Battlegrounds, that's what it's about. I've been a big fan of the patch. I think it's really good, it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't checked out Battlegrounds, you were sour by like how strong Elementals were, or like, you know, the heroes weren't that much fun, there's a lot of cool stuff to try out in Battlegrounds. I highly recommend it. I'm having a lot of fun with it, so definitely give it a go. And then Duels also saw a considerable update. Like Rogue got its hero power buff to 1 mana. Shaman had its nerf that you no longer, if you're Overlord, you only get 1 totem, well, like 1 non-basic totem. A couple of the passives were nerfed. They took out robes. They've taken out like a couple of the nerfed and buffed a couple of passives and all that stuff. So, and like one of the more interesting changes was the Warlock hero. It got buffed so that the hero power still kind of sucks. It's 1 mana instead. You're discarding a card and drawing a card, and I'm like, alright, that can't make that big a change. I tried out Willow, tried out Warlock. First run, 12 wins. But why did I get 12 wins? Not because of the hero power. It's my main issue with the mode, is the passives are just, the disparity in passives are still just way too big. And the reason I won with the Willow or whatever is my passives. I got your first Death Rattle procs immediately, and I got your Death Rattles triggered twice, and basically I played Nerubian Egg on turn 2 every game and win. And that was it. And I feel like my issues with the duels still stays for the most part of what I'm having with it in terms of balance is the passive abilities you're offered to, are just, they just determine everything, it feels like. Your deck building, your bucket selections, all that stuff, don't really matter as much as what passives you get. If you get, like, spell damage +1 and your spells cost 1 lesser, you get to double up on spells. It's incredible. It's ridiculous, but sometimes you get stuck taking, like, I get an extra card, or if a minion dies, I get some armor, or I get a couple of secrets, and I feel like it determines so much more than anything else. And this is my biggest issue with duels, is that the whole, like, their long grind, like, a lot of these runs are long, and then you get to 7 or 8 wins, and then you queue up into someone with the death rattle, you get the 2 death rattle things, and you're done. You're done. There's, like, almost nothing you can do. My last stream, we played duels, I was at 10 wins, and I queue into a guy who has it. I had Wand of Disintegration, I had double Battle Cry with my Demon Hunter stuff, I cleared every single turn, but all he has to do is play 1 death rattle minion, and his board is completely full, and there's just nothing you can do about it. As long as he has a death rattle minion. It doesn't even have to be a good one. He coined Haunted Creeper. It just gave him a bunch of 1/1s, but it was turn 1. He's got 5 attack on board, and then Haunted Creeper dies, and it's just... I feel like they definitely need to balance the passives a bit more. I feel like you either make all of the passives really strong, or you make them not as strong. You make them, you know, not that powerful. Go one way or the other. You're either doing really broken stuff and everyone's doing really broken stuff, or everyone has these kind of middling, boring passive effects. I kind of rather them all be broken, honestly. I don't mind it, because, like, I feel like duels should be a dumb, crazy mode, but I feel like everyone should be doing dumb, crazy stuff, not just a couple of people, and then it feels really bad when you face it. So I do think duels has improved a little bit with the balance, but overall, the unbalanced, a bit like passives and like the disparity between them, just for me, don't make the mode a ton of fun. Next, we're going to take a look at the meta update for Standard and Wild. This will be our last meta update before the expansion, and yes, you'll be like, isn't there this week in Hearthstone next week? We'll get to that. For Standard, again, not a ton has changed. Paladin, Demon Hunter, and Rogue seem to be the most popular classes. I'll highlight here, Fast 44 got rank 1 Legend with a Highlander Shaman deck. You can give it a go, but I'm pretty sure it's bad. He got rank 1 Legend with it on a 4-game sample size, kind of farming certain matchups, so I just thought I'd highlight it. It's Highlander Shaman, it might be kind of cool to play it. Just don't expect the best results, but it looks like a cool deck. And then in Wild, again, it's Reno Priest, it's Dark Lair Warlock, it's Aggro Druid, and not a heck of a lot. There's really nothing to highlight. I monitored, like, Twitter all week for something interesting, and Wild, for me, just there's nothing interesting going on at a competitive level whatsoever. You have your meme decks and stuff. You got Raffle and Solemn posting their videos, but yeah, if you're looking for, like, a competitive, interesting deck, I just don't have anything right now. I'm like, just wait for the next set. There's just nothing really new and exciting, and hopefully that'll shift it up. So that's the meta update. I know, very underwhelming, but it's the last one before we get the new expansion. There's just not much I can't really bullshit you on that, alright? And lastly, I want to give you a channel update. This is the big channel update. We're having the big card reveal on Thursday, I believe, on the 12th. And then the expansion will go live on the 17th. So you guys know I haven't put any card reviews on the channel. I've been waiting for them all to be revealed, and I'm going to be under a real time crunch. There's not much time in between the cards all being revealed and then the actual expansion launch going. So basically, I'm going to be spending Thursday and Friday putting together like 11 review videos and then posting probably 3 a day to get them all out. So you could probably expect on Friday, Saturday, Sunday to have 3 class reviews, and then on Monday, there'll be the last class review and the neutral review, and then maybe I'll fit in a top 5 list, like top 5 cards of the set. I don't know if I'll have time for that, but yeah, over like a 3-day period or a 4-day period, there's gonna be like 10 or 12 videos, so keep a lookout for that. There's gonna be a lot of content to digest. I'd love to spread it out more, but I can't because that's just the way the schedule is, and I can't really do that. So if you're excited for that, tune in, but it's going to take over like Tier List Sunday. It'll take over This Week in Hearthstone. Probably no Hearthstone Rewind, and probably no custom card review. All that stuff will be pushed back to the next week. But yeah, you have a ton of card reviews to digest, so make sure you hit that sub button so you can get notified when that all goes live. And that's This Week in Hearthstone. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Stay salty, my friends.